breath up through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Fill up the belly, the ribs, the heart. Good morning. And up. Now when you're up this time, you can reach your own, grab your own hands and push through the palms. Go right. Inhale. And go left. Oh, good job. And then let the hands come behind you and just open up the shoulders. 5. Inhale. And then on your exhale, let's grab a dynaband. So grab a dynaband and then place it underneath your heel or heels. And you're going to be doing a bicep curl. So the first one, you can test the waters and then you can decide, do I need 2 heels underneath? It's even on both sides. Your shoulders are down the back. You could also use a hand weight if you need to. 5, that a girl. And 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, good. 11, you're tall, your shoulders are soft. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, good. 19, terrific. 20, now step off of there, take the dynaband behind your head. The other hand's gonna catch it at the lumbar spine. All right, the top arm is gonna go up with your tricep extension, your elbow extension. 2, 3, make your wrist as comfortable as possible. 4, back of the arm. 5, 6, 7, 8, try to lengthen. 9, 10, and then 10 more. 11, notice your ribs are pulling down a little bit. 12, for the abs to protect the spine from getting too arched. Good. Okay, we have 5 more. This is 15. So 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. All right, take your other hand, hold on to the top. Your other hand comes down and press. You can always adjust to if you need more or less band. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, chin is up. 14, breathing in the nose. 15, breathing out the nose. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. Now we're going to take the band behind the upper back. Yeah, go ahead and give some shoulder rolls. Doesn't that feel nice? I like to grab the excess so it's not just dangling, hitting. And we're going to go into a push, while, and then narrow, push forward. So let me start with the arms wide and narrow. Now you're noticing you already started in training. The heels can go up every time. If you'd like to add that calf raise, if it's too much to think about, just do the arms. Give it a try though. And your shoulders are down the back. Breathe in through your nose. Good. All right. So we're pressing our elbows long and then pressing them long. Grab more if you don't feel it. Grab more band or grab less if you need to. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, good, 2, and then 1. Very good. Now I'm going to have us do a finger interlace stretch at the back, and just for a little balance drill, add on tree. 10. There you go. Breathe in, let that foot down and go to the other. So still open up your shoulders. Good. Lift up your arms higher if they're warmed up, like someone's pulling your arms behind you. Nice job. And then give them a little circle. Grab a drink, and then we're going to add on a lateral raise. You may need a lighter band. One heel. Now we're gonna fatigue these in 15 reps. So go out into a letter T, 15 reps. Good. Yeah, I've got a little ab tone here to make sure that I don't wiggle. So you'll see that's a little cue. Try 5 more. 2. All right, now other foot, other hand. So you're gonna stand on that. Make sure you're solid on it, right? And then 15. Make sure your wrist feels comfortable or neutral. Should feel like it's a solid line from your knuckles to your forearm. Your hand is in your peripheral vision. It's not drifting behind you. Knees soft. Good, about shoulder height. All right, change that heel. Now we're gonna go to the front, forward. Good, notice how it would be tempting to lean, but you're staying straight up and not back. 5, go forward on this one. Good, 6, that's it. 7, and you're not twisting, you're straight ahead. Arm is long but soft. Try 5 more. You want to feel like this shoulder's working the deltoid. 3, wrist is solid. 2, posture's up. Now other foot, and step on that with your heel so it's real solid, it doesn't fly up. Go forward, and if you need to adjust, you'll probably know right away. 3, go to about shoulder height. Keep the body up. It's going to want to lean, but you don't want it to. There you go. Fight it on the way down, so slow it down on the way down. Good, so it's not just snapping back into the low position. 12, then you get a workout on the way up. 13, and the way down. 14, 15. Nice job. Grab a sip. We're going to be seated on this next one, and I'm going to encourage that you use no hands to get down. I'd also like to encourage you to do a heavier band on this one. You're going to be putting your legs in front. If you feel tight in your back, it's okay to sit on a pillow. Grab that, wrap it, walk forward, and pull. Exhaling, good. I love the back rows for us. This is such a nice exercise to build back strength. Good. Poor little back, it works for us all the time, and so we're doing some exercises that strengthen it. Hi Ethan, hello everybody. So you have your band, and ideally it's a heavy band, but so for example in the Spree series of purple, but if you need to make it heavier, just grab 2 bands and use that, because this is a big muscle group. So we've only got 6 more left here. 5, you also will feel your biceps. 4, and the rear deltoid. 3, you're real tall, and if it's hard to sit up tall, just grab a pillow and sit on it. Now before we rest, we're going to do a rotation with one arm only. So I'm going to rotate the torso as I just pull to that same side arm. Another thing you can do for your arm is to supinate the hand. So it's like you've got a cup of soup in your hand as you're rotating. The palm faces up and then returns to neutral. The palm faces up and returns to neutral. If you don't feel it, grab more band or grab 2 bands. Rotation. And then one more cue, if you can, if those are all doing fine, see if you can add on, notice how much you rotate on one side and try to match it on the other side. Usually one of our sides tighter. A lot of times going to the left is tighter. So just see, can you match that flexibility on the other side? And this is really important for keeping an upright posture. All right, try 4 more. and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to get rid of the heavy band so that if you have a medium one, you can grab it. If you're only using one band, just grab more tension. So this is more of a medium. I'm going to sit sideways so you can see. Now slightly point the toes so that the band doesn't come off. And then you're going to lean back. If you have back issues at all or osteoporosis, you're just going to stay upright. But if you can handle a little flexion in your spine, it'll add the abs getting involved. If you don't feel it in your biceps enough, lift up your elbows or grab that band higher, or excuse me, lower, or grab a different band. So you want to feel fatigue. We're going to do 10 more here, belly in. If you feel okay, you can actually lean back and get that ab flexion or spinal flexion for the abs. Try 5 more. Good. Get ready to sit up, inhale, and on your exhale, sit up. Now the hands are going to go beside you, but a little bit wide so you don't run out of room. You've got this V, this upside down V for the rear deltoid. Sit up tall, rear deltoid. Your elbows are long, so your triceps are keeping your elbows long so you can feel those. You don't feel any neck muscles, your shoulders are down the back. Now we add on, so you're going back, but I want you to resist it on the return. So concentric and then eccentric. So you're working the negative a little bit. So pull, resist it on the way back, like you've got molasses on a cold day. So you're resisting the return. Pull, resisting the return. 4, 3, good. You should feel it a little bit more now. 2, resist, 1. Now I'm going to give us a quick stretch before we add on. Sit any way you want. Open up your arms. Add a rotation. You remember how we did the rotational rows earlier? See if you can get a deeper range of motion. Inhale, open up, and exhale. This is one way that your back wants to be every day. It wants to do a rotational stretch every day for wellness to keep it healthy. Hold here, 5, 4, 3, keep going if your body will let you, 2, and then face front. Grab a medium-ish band, so I'm going to use the same one. Wrap it around the feet, cross the band like an X. Put your elbows very close to your rib cage, like you're holding on to a washcloth underneath your arm. Notice I'm just opening up the forearms to the side, external rotation. Yep, wrap it around your feet, Jean. There you go. And then the elbows are glued. Yep. Yeah, so you're opening up your forearms to the side. These are small muscles that support our shoulder girdle, infraspinatus teres minor, rear deltoid. All right, we've got 6 more. 5, wrist should feel supported, like a piece of plywood's on your forearm. Let's do 2 more. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna grab a sip if you need. I'm gonna encourage 8 ounces during the class. And then let's do rear deltoid and change up our body position. Now the feet have the band around the heel. Go out like letter T. It's almost like you're making a big circle with your arms. They're long, they're a little lower than shoulder, but there's a bit of roundness to them. Neck is soft, shoulders are down. Now we're gonna add that eccentric or negative work. So you're gonna pull back, that feels natural, and then you're gonna resist the band because it wants to yank you back, but you don't want it to. A little wide. Now if you have any neck issues, let's say you woke up with a sore neck, you might like a lower position, that's okay. Just find creative ways to keep going forward. All right, let's try 5 more. Rear deltoid, sit up through that spine. 4, there you go, you're tall. 3, like someone's gonna take a picture of you and you have great posture. And then 1, awesome job. Let's get up off the floor without using our hands. So one way is crisscross applesauce, try not to touch. Really good. And then let's grab a weight that lets you do an overhead press. So this is an overhead press, military press. You're gonna take a weight that lets you do that, probably somewhere anywhere between 5 and 12 pounds. Hands here. If you're dealing with something else, it might be a 3. And if you're dealing with something that your arms can't go overhead right now, just do something else like a bicep curl that you can do, or calf raises. You're just using this time to be healthy. It's like you're going to a buffet. Choose what you need. And when you lift your arms overhead, notice how your low back could get more lordotic or inwardly curved. You want to feel like the abs are helping you to keep your ribs over the pelvis and not pushing forward. Neck is soft, so you can check your neck. Good. Overhead press. All right, last 10. Here we go. 10. 9. Good. And it's okay if you need to grab a different weight during the exercise. That's another way to do it. Good. All right, check 4 more. Good. You want to feel like a little abdominals or abdominal help, but not your glutes. Your glutes are not death gripping here. 2, that'll feel like the SI is jamming, the sacroiliac joint. All right, let that go. You did great. And we're going to do a cow face. See if you can catch all fingers. One arm's up, one arm's back. Or if you cannot do that, that's okay. Grab a band and you can assist. Now this is dynamic balance. Pick up your right leg and do 3 circles without touching. This is called dynamic balance. And then go the other way. Your left leg should be feeling like it's helping you. Lower that foot, switch up the arms, catch your fingers or the best you can do. Shift your weight. Here we go. 3. Dynamic balance. Helps prevent falls. Go the other way. Keeps the brain sharp. Look how good. Wonderful job. Now the next weight is going to be a lateral raise weight. So this is a long lever. It may be lighter for that reason. 3 to 10, 3 to 8, somewhere in there. Go out and resist. So go out and resist. Let's return to the breath cue. While you're in class, we're going to try to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Good. It does all sorts of things. Helps immunity, helps parasympathetic system. You can try to do it outside of class as well, unless you're at like a really high exercise load, like you're mountain biking up a hill, running up a hill. You want to try to breathe in the nose and out the nose. All right, so neck is soft. Check it out if you're not sure. Slow it down. Good. You got it. And notice that you're real tall. That's it. All right, we're going to take 5 more of these. You want to be able to see those hands in your peripheral vision. They're not drifting behind you. 4. Good. It's like your arms are in water and they're slowing down. Let's do 2 more. You got it. And again. Nice. All right, so you can do one of 2 things. You can do calf raises with the weights, or you can do pick up a suitcase off the floor and squat. You choose. So if you've got something going on with your hip and you can't do squats, I'd encourage you to do what you can do so that you don't lose that strength and range of motion. But we know quad strength is related to health span and longevity. And I want you to pretend there's a scale under each foot so that each foot has 50% of your body weight. Sit your tush down as opposed to just folding over. So your tush goes back. Heels are heavy. You want to feel like your heart rate's getting up a little bit. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Good. Nice job. We're going to lower the weights just for a moment and grab a sip if you'd like. And do a knocking on the door of life exercise. This is Qigong. If you're ever feeling like your body's just a wad of tension and you need a release, when you cross the arms across the midline like this, it helps calm that left and right brain. You can also bias the exhale, let it go. And then we're going to take a frontal raise. So this exercise is going to be front raise. Again, look at that long lever, so it's a little lighter weight, probably somewhere between 3 and 10 or 8. You can always start with something like, let's say a 5 and then go to a 4, or start with an 8 and then drop to a 5. Good. Now I'm going to give you another backup plan or modification. So if you need a lighter weight, it's okay. You can also just take one at a time, and that's another way to kind of get a lighter weight. So Lauren, that's a good one. Forward. So I'm going to show the 2 now. Now we're going to do that little cue where we resist the return. Resist the return. It's like I'm going through maple syrup or molasses on a cold day. So I'm slowing it down. Good. Neck is soft. Resist, resist, resist. One reason weight training is so good for the brain is because your whole body is integrated, and your whole body, you have to be kind of thinking about all the cues: breathing, balance, stability, joints, muscles, bones. So it's so integrated. Good. Right now, weight training is considered the best thing you can do for your brain to prevent dementia. All right, so we're going to do 4 more, or at least according to Dr. Peter Attia. So 3 more. Take 2 more. Good, your wrists are strong, I like it. And then 1 more. Nice job. Let that go. While we're fresh, we're going to do a plank. So I'm going to have you come down on your forearms. Extend your knees so you're on your toes. This is a forearm plank. If you need a modification, go to the flesh above your knees to shorten that lever. Otherwise, go up to a forearm. Now, I'm going to go through the cues. Make sure your head's not drooping to the floor. You've withdrawn it, and your ears in line with the shoulder. Your forearms are pressing strong, so your scapula are broad and wide. You're making sure your low back doesn't sag. You've got a little lift. Energize your knees. Heels are straight up and down. Breathe, inhale, and then rest. Now this is for the back. Your hands are going to go beside your hips. I got to move my microphone. Okay, lift up your toes, lift up your arms, lift up your torso. Probably just your belly or your ribs and part of your pelvis are on the mat. Stay up, and when you inhale, you should feel like you naturally go up, like you were at the ocean on a raft and you're kind of going up and down. You're not going all the way down, but you're just riding the breath. 4. This is for back strength. 3, 2. Now, either go back into a child's pose or put your hands on the floor, and your body is a piece of plywood. You're going to push up in a unit and do a down dog. Your choice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to be doing a chest press on the floor. You want hand weights that are heavier this time. So the very least would be 5. And I'm sure you can do up to 8, 10, 15, 12, but a heavier hand weight. So your feet are on the floor, and that helps keep your ribs down. Push up your hand weights. They can touch at the top, and then lower. So keep going. I'll just talk for a minute. Exhale with your breathing in your nose and out your nose, and lower. And the feet keep going. The feet are on the floor because it helps keep your ribs connected so you don't accidentally arch your low back off the mat more than neutral. A little bit of your low back is going to be off the mat just naturally for most of us, but you're not pressing it up really high, arching. A lot of us, it'll be safe to have that humerus or upper arm bone at about 45 degrees. But if you have an injury that you're working with or a different body, you find what works for you. I'm going to offer the general anatomy rules, but you want to individualize it for you. Nothing should hurt your joints. Exhale. If your head's uncomfortable or your neck, you just want to grab a little pillow or fold up a yoga mat and make it more comfortable. If you have forward head syndrome at all, you'll want that little pillow or you'll want that yoga mat folded. All right, we're going to take 5 more. Push. Good. I should have mentioned another modification would have been to do wall push-ups. So if you ever can't do these or you just don't have the right hand weights, just do wall push-ups or floor push-ups. 2. Good. And 1. Nice. I'm going to lower those down. Now, lengthen your legs. A challenge is to lengthen your arms. And then exhale, come up into a teaser, so you're in your abs. If that just ain't happening this morning, come up any way you can. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got it. Nice job. And then let's sneak in one more exercise. So grab a heavier weight or 2 smaller weights. So 2 3s would be an idea, or a 10. Take that weight, and I'm just going to stay on my knees for efficiency. Push up. So you're shaving the back of your head with 1 heavier weight or 2 hand weights that are smaller. So I just grabbed a heavier weight. It could be that you have a 15, you could have a 10, maybe you have 2 3s or 2 4s. So when your arms are overhead here or in life, your ribs going to try to push forward, but you want to activate the abdominals to keep them down so that you don't get more lordotic than usual. So just a few more. We got a little bit of time, and I want to maximize our time. 2, woo, and then 1. Let that gracefully come down. Sit any way you can. Take a little Ardha Chandrasana in yoga. This is a half moon. This is another way your spine wants to be every day. Breathe into that rib cage. Stretch out those intercostals between your ribs so it's easier to breathe. Breath is life. Breath is energy. You want to support your body's ability to get breath. And then just take a moment, notice how you feel. I'm going to send an energy of appreciation to this body. It did everything that we asked it to do. It's done so much for us today, and to our mind for showing up, and our spirit. So today I intend to keep my vibration very high. No one, nothing, and no circumstance can knock me from my high flying place. With so much appreciation. Have a beautiful day. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day. Bye.